Hi guys, this is Kitty Hawk with Rune Headquarters, and today I want to share with you guys one of my favorite ways to train firemaking. This is one of the firemaking training methods that people either have never heard of or tend to really hate. And they probably hate it for the same reason that I actually love it. Traditional firemaking, you need a big area and all of your logs, and you stand in basically in one spot. I know your character moves, but you basically stand in one spot and you click over and over and over again, and I find that extremely boring. And I know most people do it because while they're doing it, they're also watching TV or chatting or other things, and they feel like they don't have to pay attention to what they're doing as much, and they can just brain dead their way through it. But I just find that entirely aggravating. And if I did something like that in 5 minutes, I would totally be not paying attention to what I was doing, to the point where I'd either be clicking on something totally random off to the side, or I would be logged out or completely have forgotten what I was doing and be doing something else. So this is an alternative where you do have to have a high level to start. The starting skill level for Dorgesh-Kaan Light Orbs is, we will find it here. What are you putting it? That is not helping me.
T! I was trying to wordlessly communicate with you.
Well, you failed. Sorry, my daughter is here right now, which is fine. She's trying not to interrupt because she interrupted a minute ago and flustered me totally to death, but that's not really her fault. Okay, so Dorgesh-Kaan Light Orbs, you can't even start it until level 52. You have to be a member, of course, like almost every alternative to regular training ever. And you also have to have done a couple of the ham quests. So it's a little bit of a high barrier to entry, but I'll show you what I like about it in a moment. And of course, the light orbs are not free unless you have the levels to create them, and that's like level 85 crafting. So, but one of the alternatives to buying them, like on the GE or from a player character, is to thieve them from chests to Dorgesh-Kaan while you are replacing the light bulbs. So it is a little bit of two trainings at once, as long as you have the level to thieve the chests at the same time as you're replacing the light orbs. But the chest barrier to entry is a lot lower. So I find this a good double training method that I could do without much thought. And I usually start at the bake so that I can get my pack all set up. Now, if you're going to do the thieving as well, you need a lockpick for these chests, and you need a lot of empty space in your pack for your loot, of course. If you're just doing the light orbs, you don't need any of the space at all. You can totally fill your pack. If you're going to do both, I recommend doing about 15 light orbs, 12 to 15 light orbs in your pack, because that's the average number of lights you're going to change as you're going around the area. Marianne is here. That's funny. And if you're not doing the thieving, then if you don't need the space, then you don't need to worry about when you're going to stop to bake. But usually it takes me about this many light orbs, more or less a couple, to make it all the way around the area. And the benefit of the light orbs is you can plan your levels, because they are 1,000 experience each exactly. So if you do 10 light orbs, you're going to do 10,000 experience. So a lot of times when I start, I'll look at my firemaking and I'll see a good place to stop might be if I do 23 light orbs, and then I'll have that goal in mind before I even begin. But I'm just going to show you guys, so I don't even care about that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to inspect these lamps here. These are the ones that we will be changing the light orbs, and I'll show you when we find one that's dark. But first area is this one. Go up the ladder. There's a lower level chest here. Dorgesh-Kaan has 2 levels of chests, one lower level, one higher level. A lot more lower level chests than higher level chests. So if you don't have the thieving level to do the higher level chests, which is in the 80s somewhere, I think it was 81 or something like that, then don't worry about it. Just skip those. You will still get plenty of thieving experience. And the next, and I keep switching my my graphics to remove all roofs all the time, and it keeps switching back, and I don't know why. It's totally ticking me off. Anyway, so this is the next area, and these are 2 high-level chests. So before I had the level to do the high-level chests, and I have some bonus experience, so it's gonna look better than it really is, but that's okay. If I hadn't had the ability to open these high-level chests, I probably would just look at the lamps from the door and skip it. Now, the high-level chests are the ones with the little gold corners. The low-level chests are just the narrow rim of gold all the way around. And there used to be a middle-level chest, but they got rid of those. Probably because there just wasn't enough difference between the high level and the low level to justify a middle level. This one is a little tricky because the lamp, if you have to change it, is behind the door, and you end up having to close the door. So it's kind of stupid, but them's the rules.
No.
And then this one, what?
Oh, it's gone.
No, it's not.
I can't see it.
Well, that's because you're blind.
Alright. Set it up back up.
Yes, I did. Shush.
Oh, that's just...
Okay, so here's a broken lamp, and I don't know why my character went outside instead of inside. I was trying to click inside, but apparently it didn't work. So here's my first broken lamp, so I'm just going to use the light orb on that, and you're going to see the experience for the fire making here. And that right there is exactly why I like the light orbs. It's not better experience than doing it the traditional way if you're talking per hour, because it does take longer between broken light orbs, and the light orbs are completely random. So per hour, they're probably about equal. But this just takes a little bit more pre-thinking about it, which I like. I appreciate that there's something that that I need to think about, that I'm not just clicking mindlessly. And I still, as you can see, I can still talk. I often do chat with my clanmates while I'm doing this, or with friends on my friends list that aren't in my clan, which aren't very many, but, you know, it happens. I sometimes watch TV instead of paying attention to this, and then people talk to me and I ignore them, and then they feel bad. But this is Dorgesh-Kaan Light Orbs. Anybody who was curious about it but hadn't had the chance or hadn't had the impetus to figure it out for themselves, this is what it is. There is a good route that I have worked out that works well for me. I don't know if it's really good, but it works out for me. Because there's been a couple of routes that I've taken before that I thought were really good, and then you'd come around a couple times, and suddenly there would be no light orbs that were ever broken, and I found out that they were in the corners that I wasn't catching. And if you don't log out, I don't think they reset. My experience has been, if you don't log out, those don't reset. You have to find them. If you log out, then it doesn't save for you. I mean, it doesn't save that those are the ones that are broken, so it will reset. But if you just want to do, like, you want to sit down and you want to do 50 lights right now, you know, you don't want to be going around 3 times and getting only 2 or 3 lights at the at the time that you go around and be wondering why aren't I finding all of the ones that I found before? Because it's usually less than, if you only get 10, that's unusually low number. So then something is weird. Something's up. But this is Dorgesh-Kaan Firemaking. And I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but like I've said before, if I say things wrong and you guys want to make a video or make a recording and correct me, please do, because I have no idea. I will have no idea that I'm saying it wrong if you guys don't correct me. Anyway, I don't know whether to show you guys. Should I just walk around and do my whole path and show you guys, or is that going to be boring? I mean, if I do and you guys are bored already, you know, no reason to stay. I don't know. What do you think, Seer? What do you think?
No.
I don't know anything. Life.
I think I really like this game. I just got to play table tennis.
Table tennis. She's playing Sly Cooper, the newest Sly Cooper game.
Sly Cooper Thieves in Time.
We weren't able to get it when it was released, but we just picked it up used for a couple of bucks. So, and Sly Coopers generally are really good games.
Also, I am rich.
In the game, not in real life.
I wish
Don't
I was
bother
rich in real life.
Don't bother to stalk us.
I should have take better chips.
So this is another high value. This is a good area where you get to see the difference between the high value chest and the low value chest. And the open one is the former mid value chest that they got rid of. Most of them they just changed to low value, I think, but that one, because that was just a room where they randomly had one of each. Well, not randomly, I'm sure they planned it. They had one of each size chest instead of changing one to low value, making it really kind of weird and unnecessary. They just left that one as open and defunct. They said now defunct chest.
I just remembered, in Sly Cooper, there are these two types of chests, one that's wood and one that's metal.
Mm-hmm.
And you can open the balloon like however you want, but you need to ram into the metal ones or something.
Ram into them?
I think that might have just been the first game, because I remember, one of the games we have, you need to use, like, fireworks or whatever to break them open. It's very annoying. Like, really powerful thing. I missed the
It doesn't seem stealthy at all. It seemed very anti...
Spyro.
Oh! Oh.
You can only open safes on this game.
Safes, yes.
Safes are always metal because it's kind of stupid if they aren't.
Okay. So, about halfway through here, a couple other tricks that I have in a little bit further areas, so I guess I'll just keep going. I don't know. I didn't really have anything necessarily to say other than the introduction. So I didn't have anything set for this, except for the introduction. Come back. Another light orb. So that's only 5 so far. If I don't get through another 5, unless I start thieving light orbs out of the chest, which does happen, I'll start to wonder what's going on, but... What's up? You're making the weirdest laughing sound.
No!
Oh dear. She messed up.
No, that was just, yeah.
So in here, there's 5 light orbs. Oh no, there's 4 light orbs. And a low-level chest. Because none of the light orbs need changed, I'm not going to bother to come in here and open the chest. I'm just going to go back to the... Let's go back to the stairs.
Bentley was trying to make a comparison about, like, the security tower, then something, and then Supply suggests your security database, Mary's pants. Sorry, that was funny.
Not as funny when you retell it.
I don't care.
Okay.
You'll see it for yourself.
Okay.
I doubt it'll be as funny as...
Yeah, because you just ruined the joke for me.
Maybe I'll forget and then you'll play and then it'll be as funny.
You do get a lot of low-level gems. The jade, not so much the emerald. That's a little rare to get 2 emeralds, but the jade, the topaz, and the opal. You tend to get a lot of those in this. And 3 down here with 2 chests.
You know, I would be very hesitant to go into such tightly spaced corridors, but that might be too much for things. Like if I was actually in there and it wasn't, or at least it wasn't a person like this. Come on, can't say you weren't even thinking that ever.
And then 4 lamps up here, and most of the time there's at least 1, but not this time. Okay, so all of that pretty much straightforward so far. We're coming up. This is the nursery, and this has 2 lamps, and I hardly ever have to change these. I don't know what the chances of changing those are. Anyway, here's where one of the more weird areas that I have figured out what I think is the best method of getting this corner here. First of all, there are stairs down here instead of going in here and going down, which I used to do. I now just go down the stairs out here. And the doors down here. Check this lamp out here. And then one of the areas when I was starting to not have as many lamps to check that had a lot of lamps out was this upper corner up here. I went around like 3 times and I was like, why did I hardly get any lamps? And like 3 of these lamps were out. So now what I do, I just automatically have my character walk around by clicking from here to the open door. What are you saying? What? That's really disturbing the flow.
Sorry.
Of what's going on. Anyway, so if you click the door from there, then you don't even have to worry about guiding your person around. You just right there, fix your lamp, and then click the stairs, and you're good to go. So it seems like it's really far out of the way, and it's really kind of annoying, but if you do it in this way, it's not quite so bad. And while you're walking, of course, you can talk or you can watch your show or whatever. You don't even have to pay attention. And the reason why that is less annoying than this is once you've opened this door, you can't go down the stairs. You won't go around the bottom of the stairs. You have to close the door to go past the stairs. So it was really just the most pointlessly annoying thing. And this is one of the areas where I really wish I had roofs off all the time. But I don't know why it's... I hate having to go in and change my settings all the time because it just has, for some reason, decided my settings aren't okay. Pet peeve. Okay, so there's a lamp in here, and then upstairs, there's 1 lamp and 2 chests. And you do get a lot of just useless junk like this hammer. I mean, they were less useless when we didn't have tool belts because people actually bought them once in a while. Because they were junk. They would take up people's bank space, and then so they would throw them away, and then they would need a hammer for something, so they'd go pay 2 gold for it. Yeah, well, nobody loses them, so they aren't needed. Okay, so 2 lamps down here, 2 lamps up here, and it's half the time, I would say. There's a lamp up here that I need to change. But even better than that, the reason why I don't skip this one is it's a big chest up here in the corner. And no, I haven't actually figured out whether the big chests have better loot in them, but they are better experience and well worth my time in that manner. So over here, again, 4 lamps. Upstairs, there's 3 more. And 2 rich chests. And this light, if you guys were paying attention, when we came up, this light was off. On. When I replaced this lamp went off. Basically, that's what it is whenever you use a light on a broken lamp, another random lit lamp somewhere else becomes a broken lamp. So you always have the same number of broken lamps in the city at the same time, basically. I mean, I haven't actually checked to be sure this is how it works, but I'm pretty sure this is how it works. You'll always have the same number of broken lamps everywhere, but just because you replaced the lamp here, like if I replaced this lamp if it had been out, it could equally be a lamp that I just passed as one that I'm about to go to. So that's why some, you get the weird, really good runs, and then you get the weird, hardly any lamps needed to be fixed runs. And so that's the only thing that does make the planning of this a little bit tougher. But, I mean, I took out, I took out 15 light orbs, which is about my average. It's about how many I try to take. Other than this one, I got out of a chest, and maybe a couple others that I didn't pay attention to if I got out of a chest or not. I at least replaced 10 laps. So that's in one run, 10,000 experience. So, and that's not counting my my experience from thieving. So this is why this is one of my favorite methods. And these won't need to be replaced when I go back up again, so I tend not to count them on my back run, but I usually do change them up back instead of forward. I don't know, it just happens that way most of the time. But so that's a pretty good run for experience for something where most of the time you're going to click and you're not going to pay attention for half a second or 2 seconds potentially, depending on where you are. And way more interesting, I think, than clicking in the same spot over and over again. But that's my personal experience. And then, of course, you have a whole bunch of junk that takes up big space. You can drop it. A lot of people do just drop, especially things like the hammers, which are almost useless. But the gems do sell, and of course I'm going to use the charms because I need summoning experience. And the lanterns sell like crazy, you would think. I keep thinking, especially with the Seer's headband, that the lamps aren't going to sell this time, and they still do. So, that's what I do with it. I just pick it up, I take everything, I dump everything in my front page so that I know that whatever doesn't file, I'm going to want to sell. Except the emeralds and the sapphires, which I will put in my gem pouch. before I go and sell everything else. But I'll do a couple of runs like that so that I have I'll have 5 leather chaps or sometimes 10 leather chaps, and I'll just sell it all at once. And the same with jades and topazes and lamps. And I have occasionally had 35 bullseye lamps that I sold it all at once. And even if they're not selling that for that much right now, they do eventually sell. And when you're selling 35, you're still going to get a decent amount of money. So I don't do it for the money. I do it for the experience, but it's not bad money either. And so that's the way it is. I don't even know what else to say about that. But if you guys have a method, bless you. If you guys have a method of training that is not known to everybody, and you don't mind everybody knowing. Oh, the other thing I did want to share about this. When you're going around and doing this and other people are joining you, the lamps are individual. The lamps that are broken are not the same to everybody. So you'll see a broken lamp and you'll fix it and you'll wonder why somebody else isn't going to fix it. They have different broken lamps than you. So training the lamps together is not a big deal, but the chests are the same for everybody. If somebody else is going around looting chests just a second ahead of you, you will have no chests to loot. So that can be a little bit frustrating. So if this becomes popular, just kind of have some patience for that. But you know, when you're training other things in other places, it gets a little cramped for space too. I know that the bonsais did clear up a little bit of fire making training space, but people still train the old method, which is really weird to me. Anyway, like I started to say before, if you guys have a method of training that is not known to everybody, that you think is fun, and you don't know why anybody else doesn't train like that, let me know. I would love to go check out your method of training and share it with the world if you want to share it. If you want to keep it secret to yourself, of course, I understand that, because like I said before, if everybody comes and starts training thieving here, I won't be able to. But that's the bad with the good of I would like the light orbs to get a little bit more attention than they do, because I think they deserve it, even though it does cost a little bit of money. But then again, if you started training in this method, I mean, you make the money back thieving the chests. You could start people selling light orbs for money and create a whole nother way for people to earn their money. So that would be good too. Anyway, and you get hand clothes for other quests that people do need and buy off the GE regularly. So that's basically it. If you guys have any kind of training that you are doing that you think nobody else knows about or not very many other people know about, and you want to share it, please feel free to get in touch with me and let me know how your training is, and I will come in and check it out, and maybe we'll make a video and get it out there. And of course, if you want to keep your secret training methods to yourself, I totally understand that too. So anyway, I also was saying at the end of my last video that I'm recording this on my birthday. I'm trying to get it loaded on my birthday. I don't know how that's going to be now that the Windows Movie Maker messed up, and I will have to save again and all of that, but I'm going to try and get it out on my birthday. So as a special favor to me for my birthday, everybody who appreciates the videos, these videos, I do them for you, to entertain you, so that you guys can yell at me, or so that you can learn something, hopefully, or so you can secretly chuckle behind my back that I know nothing, even though I think I do. You know, all of those reasons, and more are the reasons why I do these videos for you guys to enjoy. So give me send me some birthday wishes in the comment section. I generally don't ask for attention, because I do think it's kind of pathetic, but I decided to forgive myself on my birthday and allow myself to say, you know, if you enjoyed, please let me know. for my birthday and give me birthday wishes. And I love you guys, and ta-ta for now. Thank you.